Metal Raiders is the second set that came out within Yu-Gi-Oh! That means that we have some powerful monsters such as Seven Colored Fish, Dark Elf, and Jirai Gumo. Not only that, we have some interesting trap cards that make our deck way better, like Solemn Judgment, Seven Tools of the Bandit, Magic Jammer, and Mirror Force. These trap cards make it so you do not have to go second every turn, and that you can also have a strong going first turn. With these cards also came some interesting spell cards, like the new equip spell that is way better than other equip spells, Stimpack. This gives you a bigger boost for your monsters and a stronger monster for your opponent to deal with. And the last strong spell card that came out in this set is Tribute of the Doomed. So no more lowest monster destruction, and now you can send a card to the graveyard to choose your own monster that you want to destroy. So welcome to Metal Raiders. Welcome back to another video. And in this video I will be showing you the Metal Raiders deck that I brought to an OTS championship. It went very bad, very bad. I did not win any matches, but I did win a round, so hey, it is something, So, like I have said in the beginning of this video, the next set will be coming out in a week, so, next Wednesday, so that's in 2 days. I'm very hyped for it. But I will change up things a little because I actually want to do LLB, Metal Raiders, Magic Rulers, Para Servant, etc. But I'm going to put in the structure decks and the tournament packs. I will the cards of those two sets will be playing with, or I will be adding them with the new next deck, so that we do not get a hey, here is Blue Wing Crown. Oh, now it's going. Now it's the I don't know. It's called the Fortress guy with 1650. Ooh, 50 damage. Better. That doesn't do anything. Okay. So hopefully I can, with this set, I can make 2 types of decks, and I can more deck build with them. But let's see what I brought to the OTS Championship. So to start off, we played 3 Jirai Gumo. Jirai Gumo is the strongest monster. It has 2200 attack. It does cost you a lot of life points, and because this deck really can punish you for attacking with cards like Jirai Gumo or Dark Elf. So sadly these cards aren't the greatest, but you know, they are very easy to attack over cards with or do a decent amount of damage. Next up, it is Dark Elf, our favorite girl. She's just a 2k booty. You have to pay 1000 life points with her to attack. I'm actually thinking of removing this card because the paying the 1000 life points in this deck is very hurtful. But in the next set, Metal Morph comes out, which can make this card and Jirai Gumo amazing cards. So I will see how that will go next time. Next up is 3 Colored Fish. Yeah, this card is an 1800 beat stick. It's an amazing card. There's nothing much to say. Sadly, I didn't see him at all yesterday, so rip 7 Colored Fish. I never got to play it, but hopefully next time he will be better. Next card is the Blue Winged Crow. This card dealt this card dealt the second most damage of all the cards. Jirai Gumo was first and this card second. This card in the whole tournament attacked opponent directly for 3 times. This is the GOAT, I'm telling you, okay? This is the new Urabi from last time. Next up, the last monster is Hainheim. Hainheim is coming back, and I'm thinking about putting more Hainheims in the deck because there are a lot of monsters that just cannot be destroyed, especially with the new Dragon Link, or not new, the Dragon Link card, and Kashtira now making that monster effect negation that it cannot be destroyed by battle. So then you need 2 Hainheim, but it is something, right? It is something. For the spells, of course, we still play 3 Raigeki because why not? This card is actually just amazing. Sadly, I could only resolve this card once, But Dark Hole was the actual MVP, but it's still an amazing card. Next up, of course, I said it, it is Dark Hole. This card is crazy strong. There's nothing much here. This card is actually just crazy strong. It just go second, board wipe your whole opponent, and they cry. All the time. Next up is 3 fissures. I will cut 1 fissure down, or maybe I will even cut the fissures down to 1. Because this card, I always try for my opponent to negate it, but they're too smart, they never negate this card. This card is not that useful anymore, since you have some better options and maybe you want some runs of better cards. So I think this card will be removed for the next set, but we will see. Maybe not, maybe not. I played 2 Tribute to the Doomed. This card does the same thing as Fissure, but you can select a card, so you can target a card, which Fissure doesn't target, but it removes the lowest attack monster. And this card can select a card, so you can actually select the card that you want. So it is a bit better. It is a bit better. Next up, I played 2 Swords of Revealing Light. Swords of Revealing Light is a strong card. Sadly, I didn't get to see it that much, and it gets popped a lot. Smart Yu-Gi-Oh players will play around this card more, that they will pop your back row first and this card as last, because this card, it doesn't do actually anything against your opponent. So it's not that great, but it is at least something. I still like it though, I still like it. I played 3 Stimpaks. This is way better than this is the best upgrade that you could have gotten. And because at the LOB set you only got 300 attack and defense, and now you get 700 attack. Okay, so this Stimpak is actually pretty crazy. I'm waiting for the Lost Art where we're drinking some red blood or anything instead of the green goo. But this card actually is crazy. With Jiragumo, it's a 29 beat stick. It's just almost unoutable. Well, that's not true, but you know, unattackable outable like that. Then for the power spells, Change of Heart. I won 1 round with Change of Heart. I just Change of Heart as monster and attack for game. Nothing much to say. It can just take control of an opponent's monster. It's a strong card. Next up is Monster Reborn. I have never seen Monster Reborn, sadly. If I had, I would have played against Kashtira, broke their board, summoned their own Fenrir attack, banish the birth, and GG for me, but I didn't found Monster Reborn, so that's sad. Bring it back to 3. Useless card, please, for now, please. Then next for the trap cards, we played 3 Solemn Judgment. It's still it's such a strong card. Just negate the summons. You can negate spell or trap card activations. This card is actually crazy. I negated Branded Fusion. Thank you very much. Thank you. Next. The MVP trap card of yesterday's tourney is Mirror Force. Yes, sir. I activate Mirror Force like 4 times or 6 times in the 5 matches that we played. I won one person. I Mirror Force like 3 times or 2 times in one turn, and 3 times in total in our matches, or maybe more. But yeah, this card is actually the MVP. Mirror Force is actually still pretty good, but sadly traps are just very hard to pull off in this meta. So you're better off playing like hand traps instead of this card. But this card was still crazy. I really loved it, and hopefully I can put it in my deck next time too. For the last trap card, I played 3 Magic Jammers. This card is pretty strong, pretty crazy. You can negate the activation of a spell card by discarding a card for cost. So it sounds crazy, but Kashtira is our easiest deck to win against. But for that, we need to Magic Jammer their Kashtira birth, and hopefully they use all the unicorns that they cannot search their birth anymore, and that's how we actually win. It sounds crazy, but Kashtira is actually our easiest matchup to hopefully win a game. We don't have an extra deck still because, or actually fusion deck because we cannot fusion. So let's get into the side deck. So for the side deck, I played 3 Tremendous Fire for going into time. I did not get into time, but in the next set these cards will be removed and Okazi will come in, because this does 1000 damage to my opponent but 500 to myself, and Okazi does strictly 800 damage. So that is a way better card, and that will be coming into the structure deck of Kaiba and Yui. Next up is a 3 block attack. This card never got sided in because I had too many Raigekis and such. I don't think that block attack is something special in this meta. Maybe, but most of the time you just have your extra dark or your extra Raigeki. So I think I can cut this down safe. Next spell is 1 Stop Defense. Stop Defense is still a good card. I like it maybe at 2, but yeah, I never sided it in, or I sided it in 1 time against 1 opponent because he has some defense monsters and I could actually use the card and it was way better than other cards. And the last spell card in my side deck is 1 Sword of Revealing Light. I did sided in every time going into game 2, but I never really needed it, and I mostly use it for Discard Father. It's not a bad card, but I think in the next set we will have MST also and Dispel, so this card will be useless. For the trap cards in our side deck, we played 3 Trapple. I actually got to use Trapple, so that's pretty cool. Trapple is a very strong card against Kashtira, against Vanquished Souls, and against Branded that normal summons Aluber, for instance. So this is the Fallen of Albaz, right? So this card is pretty strong actually in this meta. Without people playing Trap Tricks, this card is pretty strong. I think I will be playing 2 of them next time just to have more space in the extra deck, but I like this card to have it in the deck. And for our second to last trap card, we have 7 Tools of the Bandit. We have a lot of trap decks, so this card is actually pretty strong, pretty good. So why not play it? I actually got to use it once against a, how do you say it, branded guy that wants to activate his Retribution to negate my Solemn Judgment. So I chained 7 Tools of the Bandit to chain to his Solemn Judgment, and that's how I won that round actually. So 7 Tools of the Bandit is pretty strong, and even against that trap deck Labyrinth, this still can be used, so keep that in mind. And then for our last card, you know it if you've seen the last deck profile of this deck, it is Fake Trap. They want to eradicate you, flip Fake Trap. They cannot be destroyed. No way, dude. No way. This card gets destroyed instead of all the other trap cards on the field. Yazur. That's pretty strong, pretty good. Fake Trap, it's a good card. Sadly, there was no reason for me to side it in. But I'm keeping it in, baby. I'm keeping it the Copium. So this was the deck. Hopefully you enjoyed this list. Next week, this week, I will be able to put new decks together with this Magic Ruler set that is coming out. I'm very hyped. I'm very stoked. I really cannot wait. So thank you all for watching, and I wish you all a very nice day. Thank you very much.